So one of the reasons that American Jukebox Summer Remix was the concept that we went with for this awesome new summer show was we knew what was important to the guests. We know that our guests value tradition. They value the history of this park. So when we were talking about what we wanted to do in this incredible theater that you see behind me in the Globe Theater, history was important to us, but we also wanted to give it a modern twist. So we spent a good amount of time really researching what the history of this show was here. As you all know, over 20 years ago, we had American Jukebox in this park, and since then, we've had guests pretty consistently say, hey, when might we see something like that again? So we felt like this was a perfect opportunity with the relaunch of Summer Nights to also bring back American Jukebox with that summer remix.
We have an amazing team here at Busch Gardens Entertainment, from costumes to a technical team to our theming team, that bring all of these elements to life. So those costume designs that we decided upon during our creative phase, we give those drawings and convey those ideas to our costume team. They figure out how we're going to execute this vision and bring it to life. Then they bring the patterns together, sew everything up, and get ready for the fittings for our performers. For our scenic elements of the show, we have really two big pieces that we brought in that we made specially for the show, which is the jukebox flat that comes in at the beginning and the end, as well as a disco wall that is used throughout the show. So the jukebox element that we wanted to have at the top of the show had that nostalgic feel of a real-life jukebox that lit up on the stage, similar to what we had in the original show. And then we also have the disco wall. Now, the disco wall was originally only supposed to be in the disco section, but something that happens throughout the development of a show is sometimes things change and we come up with new ideas as we're building things. So the disco wall is actually a part of almost every scene in the show and really adds a lot of cool elements. And this is where you have a scenic look that also is combined with lighting elements. So we have each square, I think there's about 66 squares on the entire disco wall, and each square is individually programmed to have different colors throughout the show. And that wall really is a big part of giving you all of those different feels of each decade.
The production team that put this show together so beautifully, the costumes team, the lighting team, the projectors, the special effects, just such great work by everybody, and it shows on your faces when you come to the park, and I want to thank you for that. Thank you for continuing to come and celebrating this with us and making our summer great.